Okay, problem of the week 5. Again, another problem not about the secret ingredient sand. I'm a little disappointed to be honest. However, it's chill because I've already done this problem. First problem ever, Math A, 7th grade. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. And if not, I'm not a big football guy anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. Let's do it. So, if we know touchdowns are 5 points and field goals are 3 points, let's just start going through numbers. 1 doesn't work, 2 doesn't work, 3 we know works, 4 doesn't work, 5 works, 6 also works, 7 does not work, and pretty much every number from out here that I've tested has worked. Now let's try a different series of numbers. Let's say that a touchdown is worth 4 points and a field goal is still worth 3. We can see that 1 does not work, 2 doesn't work, 3 does work, 4 does work, 5 does not work, and every number from here on out does work. And for our last one, with the highest impossible score, we'll do 5 and 2. We can see that 1 does not work, 2 does work, 3 does not work, 4 does work, any even number will work, 5 does work, and any other number beyond this does work. Wow, you thought that was the last one? So did I, but I guess not. Voiceover Landon, let's see this. 4 and 5. 1 does not work. 2 does not work. 3 does not work. 4 works. 5 works. 6 does not work. 7 does not work. 8 works. 9 works. 10 works. 11 does not. And every number onward does work. Now going for some without an impossible score, let's try 1 and 2. So 1 works, 2 works, and every single one works because 1 plus 1 as many times will make sure that there's no highest impossible score. Now let's try with the touchdowns getting 4 points and the field goals are getting 2 points each. Now, as these are both even numbers, they obviously can't make any odd number. So any even number combination will work, but no, you cannot have an odd number of points. So there is no highest score, it goes up to infinity. As for the previous one, there is no highest score other than 0, I guess, but I'm not really going to count that. Okay, now let's figure out the rule behind all of this so we can predictably say what is the highest impossible score for any given set of numbers. Now, as we just saw, even numbers, specifically the number 2, makes things a little tricky. So we're going to separate this by 2 odds, 1 even and 1 odd, and 2 evens, just to make things a little simpler when creating the rules for this. In these rules, we're going to be using variables to identify things. We're going to be using a touchdown, whatever value that score is. We're going to be marking that as T. And then our field goal score, whatever that is, we're going to be marking that as F. Now, if you have 2 odd numbers, the score is going to be, the highest impossible score is going to be F times T minus the sum of F and T. So, for example, if the numbers are 5 and 4, that's going to be 20 minus 9, which is 11, which we saw earlier. If we have 2 even, then there's no highest impossible score, since any odd number will be impossible. It can go up to infinity. Now, here's the tricky part. With 1 even and 1 odd, as long as there's no number 2, it's the same as if there's 2 odd. The sum of F, the product of F and T minus the sum of F and T. However, if 2 is in it, it's going to be just the highest odd number below either F or T, whichever one isn't 2. In our earlier example, we had 5 and 2. The highest impossible score was 3. So that's the highest odd number highest odd number below 5. So we know that works. And then we can extrapolate this data to other sets of data, which I've tested, but I just don't really feel like writing out on this video. So you can do that yourself. Don't be lazy if you really care. Alright, well, Here's the solution to the problem. Hope this answers all your questions about this. Don't forget to make some corn tortillas with the secret ingredient. I heard someone say secret ingredient is fish sauce. I don't even know what fish sauce is, to be honest, because is it like a sauce you put on fish, or is it a sauce made from fish? It's a little confusing, doesn't make a ton of sense. Sand, everyone knows what sand is, so I think that is probably the answer. So I would recommend go do that, and peace out.